Hi, welcome back to the Explore YouTube channel. So in this video, we're going to focus on the question wherein you will be given an array and you have to you have to return the reverse array, right? So let's say the array is something like this. I'll just take an array of length 4 and apparently let's say this is 4, 5, 9 and 2. So I have to reverse this array. Let's say the reverse is going to be 2, 9, 5 and 4 and I have to just simply return this array, return this modified array. Now, the very first thing which comes to my mind is that I'll declare a new array. So let's say my new array is temporary array and it's going to be empty right now. And what I'll do is I'll take the elements one by one. Okay, I'll take the elements one by one, but I'll take from the back. So firstly, I'll take 2, then I'll take 9, then I'll take 5, and then I'll be taking 4. And in this manner, you can see like 2, 9, 5, and 4 is happily my reversed array, and hence I'll be returning nothing but my temp array. Now the time complexity here would be apparently big O of n, which is completely fine. But I'll say the space would be big O of n2. Why? Because I'm using an additional big O of n space just to create this temporary array. Okay, just to create this temporary array. Now, can I solve this in a big O of n time? Definitely. But in a big O of one space, yes, there's a way around that as well. So let's see. So I'll maintain two variables. Let's say start, it will be initialized to 0, and I'll maintain one more variable end, it is going to be initialized to n minus 1. In this case, n minus 1 value will be 0, 1, 2 and 3. It will be 3. So start is 0, end is 3. I'll give one condition such as while my start is apparently less than equivalent to end, then I'll say why don't I swap start and end. Simple stuff, right? So I'll be doing that same stuff. So I'll create this temporary variable and I'll initialize that with a of start, and then I'll say why don't I write something like this? A of start is nothing but A of end, and then I'll say A of end is nothing but temp. In Python, you can just do this process in one line. I'll show that as well, no problem. But again, we are going to focus on this brute force approach, no problem here as well. So here I'll say that this is going to be completely fine. So at the very first step, 4 and 2 will be swapped. So for example, 4 and 2 will be swapped. And now when this process ends, like this snippet ends, here I'll be updating in this section, I'll be updating start and end. How? I'll say start, why don't you why don't you get increased by 1? So start plus equal to 1, and end, why don't you get decreased by 1? Very simple. So now start is here, end is here. Again, I'll swap this. So 9 comes up here, 5 comes up here. In the next step, start will be 2, and I guess end will be 1. And when this occurs, I see this condition is not getting satisfied while start is less than equal to end, because I see 2 is not less than equal to 1. No, no, no. This is not something which we want. So at this point of a time, I'll say I'll stop my process and we are done with the thing. Also, like the time here is big O of n and the space is big O of 1. So let's not delay further and jump into the code. I'll create this, let's say, uh, file called reverse array.py. I hope the spelling is correct. And let's say my function name is reverse array. Simple stuff. You will be given the array and the length of the array as well. Great. Let's say the length is not given, then I hope you will be able to get the length of the array, right? Correct thing. Now I'll be like, okay, start will be one variable and end will be one variable. Now here I was declaring n as end as 3, but since I don't know it, so I'll declare it on a general basis. Let's say n minus 1. I hope that makes sense. Here I'll say while my start is less than equivalent to end, then I'll do something. And what is that logic? I'll write here itself. So I'll write my logic, and then at the very end I'll update my start and end variables. So let's upgrade that start plus equivalent to 1 and end minus equivalent to 1. I hope that makes sense. So what's my logic? The very logic is as simple as just swapping logic. So array at start, and this is going to be array at start is apparently going to be the element in the array at the end index, and then I'll say the element in the array at the end index is going to be temp itself, which has initially stored the element in the array at the start index. So this is basically swapping, right? Swapping the values at the start and end index in the array. Now, can I do it in one line? Yes, definitely. We can do this in one line. So I'll write, we can do this in one line in Python. So how will I be able to do that? This is the code. So array at start, comma, array at literally end is going to be array at end, comma, array at start. That's it. This is how I'll be able to do this. But again, like you can go for any one of these, right? Any one of these. But let's say I'm going for this one, right? So I'll just comment this out because I don't want it to be swapped back, right? So this is just a learning thing, right? That you can do this simply. Okay. And once we are done with this process, this while loop ends, I'll say my array is happily reversed. So I'll just return my array. And we are pretty much done with the process. Time is big O of n, space is big O of 1, and I hope the video was clear enough. Please make sure to subscribe the channel, and we'll meet in the next video. Thank you.